Welcome back everyone to my second Let's Play of Final Fantasy I for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last time, Albert, Beez, Chip, and Nichols went through the Marsh Cave, and they went to the southern portion of the Marsh Cave, where they found the crown that that king in the Northwest Castle told them to find. This time they're heading back into the Marsh Cave. They're heading up to the north. There's a few treasures up here they want to get. Nothing really important, but like I said, we're 100%ing this game, so we're getting all the treasures, and we can always sell this treasure for some good cash. So, yeah, unlike the southern route, there's only one floor up here on the northern route, so it'll be really quick to clear it out. As long as these bats don't get in our way. Those bats will be really, really annoying in the next big dungeon. Then we gotta go to the Oath Cave. There's bats all over the place in that cave. And the cave has a lot of thin hallways, so bats can really get in your way. They get a nickname by that one streamer, Gyre, Beep Beep Bats, because you're always, you know, beeping at them to get out of your way. Honking the car horn. So, sadly, Albert, Beez, Chip, and Nichols, they don't have cars. They have to just rely on their ship. Eventually, they'll get a canoe and an airship, though. So, that's even better than a car. Although, travel juice would be the best thing to have, but this party doesn't have magic, so they will not get any travel spells. The first party I went through, Marty, Milo, Wibbly, and Fibs, they could have gone travel spells if I would have class changed with them, but I didn't class change. So this party will class change because the thieves are a pretty terrible class. They get pretty decent as ninjas, and the fighters get they're a good class, but they get a lot more armor options when they class change. So this is a group that definitely wants class change. They'll finally be able to get some magic then, too. Knights will get level 1 through 3 white magic spells, and the ninjas, the upgraded thieves, will get level 1 through 4 black magic spells. So, I'm going to save our game here before we go in here, because it turns out that this king was actually Astos, the king of the Dark Elves. I have a Matoya's crystal, and you shall give me my crown. And Astos can be pretty nasty, because he has a 75% chance to cast the rub spell on his first turn. If he doesn't, well, then any other next turn he can cast that rub spell. So, yeah, those that spell list there, that's the order that goes in. So he'll cast rub, his next spell will be slow 2, then he'll fast himself, fire 2, lit 2, slow, dark, and sleep. So, yeah, Astos, he'd be a real pain. As you can see, he hits really hard as well. So, that rough spell, though, is the worst thing, because that is instant death on a character if it hits. So, uh-oh. That spell is really, really bad, but not as bad as apparently the new princesses that I got. So, yeah, and here in the background there, that's my dog Spartacus. He's growling at the new princesses. So, yeah, I'm gonna pick them up here, so, yeah, these, I always name my, characters, if I can, after rats from the Mighty Mouse House. Sight, and, well, now they got to see my new rats. I adopted, 2 new girls. So, Zelda and Guinevere. Their names were, chosen by the people on the Mighty Mouse House, webpage, the Facebook forum. So, yeah, my first girl I ever got was Princess Twilight, so I said to myself, just, you know, to kind of tie back to always have that link to Princess Twilight, and that every rat that I ever get female-wise will be named after a princess. So I have a whole bunch of princesses from, you know, books, movies, video games, TV shows, and I had a whole list, and I put them on there for them to vote, and Zelda and Guinevere won. So Zelda, obviously, from The Legend of Zelda, the video game, and Guinevere is the princess who becomes the queen in King Arthur's. So Camelot legends. So, and they were followed closely by Peach and Olivia. And they're both from video games. Peach from the Super Mario series, and Olivia was from Final Fantasy Tactics. So, but now that we've defeated Astos, we got that crystal, we can take it back to Matoya. This is basically going to be completing this big long series of fetch quests. We got the crystal, we take it back to Matoya, and then she will give us the herb that we need to wake up the prince in Elfland. And then waking up the prince in Elfland, he will reward us with the Mystic Key. And the Mystic Key will open up a whole bunch of treasure doors for us. Remember, there's treasure doors in Corneria Castle, then in the Temple of Fiends, then in the Elf Castle, then in the Northwest Castle where Astos is, the Marsh Cave, and finally the Dwarf Cave. So, yeah, a lot of treasures we're going to have to pick up, and we're going to get some really good weapons for our thieves. So, let's just look at what the crystal says. A ball made of crystal, yeah. As soon as you give it to Matoya, we're going to lose that. The prince needs herbs, so I'll trade the most powerful herb to get my crystal back. Oh, I can see. And then she just gets really mad at us after we give her that. Yuck, this medicine is too bitter. Yeah, we just helped Matoya out there, and then she's like, get out of here. You have no more business here. Go. Alright, well, we'll go then. Alright, so... But we do have business back in Elfland. So let's head back there and use that herb to wake up the prince. As I said, that'll get us the Mystic Key. So... And that'll get, if you're doing like a solo classless challenge, you'll end up getting the Thief's best weapon behind one of the mystic doors, the Rune Sword. One of our thieves will get that, and the other one will get the Dragon Sword, which has one more attack power than the Rune Sword, but same hit percentage as the Rune Sword, but the Rune Sword is a little bit better because the way the bugged critical hit table is, the Rune Sword is higher up on that table, so it has a better critical hit rate. So yeah, if you're doing a solo thief, that's the sword you're going to be using basically for the rest of the game until you get the Masmew at the very end of the game. So, Astos is I've seen that streamer Gyre, he did a solo run of the thief. He does this Final Fantasy, it's like a randomizer of Final Fantasy, and he does these little seasons, but between seasons, he does little challenge runs, and that was one of the challenges one time. But Astos is the big hurdle for the solo thief. More than half the time in the game is spent trying to get powerful enough to defeat Astos, because you have such terrible equipment. And Astos, one of the spells is the slow spell, so you kind of got to defeat him before you use that slow spell on you, because once he hits you with the slow spell, you lose your basically, you can only hit him once. You lose all those extra bonus hits they get from the 32 hit percentage, and you're only going to be dealing like 1 damage, and then he'll just tear you apart with his spell, so... Maybe it's only rumor, but I think the cause of all the problems you found in the Marsh Cave, he says that a little bit late. Yeah, we already solved all the problems that we needed to. We defeated Astos, we did all that stuff, so I don't know, maybe they should have had that dialogue change earlier, but oh well. But let's start unlocking some doors, starting right here in the Elfland Castle. Silver Hammer, good if you have like a white mage. It has a low hit percentage, so we're not gonna worry about it with any of our characters. We'll just sell it for money. So yeah, we pretty much got the best weapons that we really can right now, so we will, like I said, be getting some better stuff then for Chip and Nickel then in a little bit. The Rune Sword is in the Temple of Fiends, and then the Dragon Sword is in the Dwarf Cave. So we could go to the Dwarf Cave right now and get a really good sword for one of our characters. But I'm just gonna save some backtracking, so... finally got a glove upgrade there. Copper. Yeah, once you get this Mystic Key, you get a whole bunch of good treasures. Your characters get so much more powerful. And eventually we're going to get the TNT. It's a plot item in the Corneria Castle. And that'll open up the rest of the world, the sea. Right now we're kind of landlocked. When we get that TNT, we can give it to Narek the dwarf, and then he'll complete his canal. And from there, we can go to Crescent Lake. It's another town, and we can buy some really good equipment there. So, yeah, we're kind of stuck here with a lot of subpar equipment. But once you get the Mystic Key, it really opens up the amount of equipment and gear that you can get. And characters are pretty gear dependent in this game, so it makes life so much easier. That's why, like I said, you have such terrible gear here. At first, that's why it takes so long to, that, like, solo thief. Because the thief has such terrible gear, and it takes so long for a solo thief to be able to beat Astos. But once they defeat Astos, even though, like, that's really low early in the game, it gets so much easier, so. But, alright, well, we've cleared out Elfland there, made some, sold some stuff to clear out some inventory space. Now we're going to head to Corneria Castle. And head there to open up that treasure vaults. So, head over to the right here. Let's go open up these treasure vaults. So, I don't think there's too much good equipment in here. Like I said, there is that plot important item, the TNT. This guy changed his dialogue. Use that key inside. What you find will be quite helpful. Indeed it will. Like I said, that TNT, so. Silver knife. That's a slight upgrade for our thieves. We can give it to one of them. So they won't be getting too much use out of it because we can give it to Chip, and then Nichols will get the rune sword. Iron shield, that's a good upgrade. Iron armor, we already got the iron armor. So let's give that silver knife to one of our thieves. So 1735. Now let's see what it does for that. Bless you, Spartacus. Alright, let's trade some stuff around here. Saber's a little, no, we still, okay, so we get a little bit of a better hit percentage there. Yeah, Saber's not as good for the, for Nichols there, so that drops his, if he had one more level, the Saber would be better. But, I'm gonna make sure I got all my, stuff here. Okay, good to go. Alright. Now we still got some time, so let's, while we're here on this continent, let's head on up to the Temple of the Fiends. Open up those treasure chest rooms on the right side of the temple. So we got some trap tiles in there though, so you might want to refill your heal potions if you're hurting. But the trap tiles are going to be gargoyles, so they're not too tough. They were basically a random encounter in the Marsh Cave, so yeah, if you manage to defeat the Marsh Cave, the wizards, the gargoyles won't be much of a problem, but still, it's always good to be prepared, so let's head up this way first. We got two treasure chests here. Some gargoyles. This trap tile is as soon as you enter the doorway, so we're going to have to encounter this trap tile twice. So, they're sneaky like that. One of the weapons we're going to get here is the Were Sword. It's a sword that only the fighters can use. It's a little worse than the silver sword, but I'll just equip it anyway, just to kind of show off what the different swords look like. So, yeah, it's weird that it can't be equipped by a thief. So, yeah, I tried to put it on a thief, but, yep, doesn't work. So, I'm gonna have to wait to get that rune sword, but that's down there at in the bottom. Like I said, I'll transfer that wear sword to one of my fighters just so we can see what it looks like. So, you see, I have a silver knife there, looks a little different. So, tiny little knife. So, speaking of knives, the katana is actually classified as a knife, which is like the ninja's best weapon, other than the Mazmune that everybody can use. But let's see what the wear sword looks like. So, has a few less attack power than the silver sword. So, it'd be a good sword, but if we weren't able to buy the silver swords, but yeah, for some reason they allow you to buy silver swords in Elfland. So, most other silver weapons we won't be able to buy until we get to Crescent Lake. So, we kind of sequence break. We're going to go to Crescent Lake a little early to get a bunch of that silver equipment. Mainly the armor, because weapons, we already got the ones that we want. So, and there's the wear sword there, and nice purple looking sword. Looks a little thicker than the silver sword. So, this one's like a great sword. Maybe that's why the thieves can't use it. So, I guess it might be a little bit better. I wonder it might be a little bit better if it had that the bonus ability to wear enemies, but it doesn't. So, and the rune sword is supposed to have, like I said, if it wasn't bugged, it was supposed to have extra damage to magical type enemies, and that would be good because you know, some of the fiends are magical type enemies. So, but nope. We got some good upgrades there for thieves. That'll help them be a little bit better. Nickels there, so 25, 40. So now actually all I gotta do is get the dragon sword there. But we'll get that, like I said, that's in the dwarf cave. Like I said, we could go get that right now, but then we'd have to backtrack. So we'll just we're strong enough to go back into the March Cave and do the Northwest Castle. If we had magic, the Northwest Castle has a pretty good trap tile that you can do some grinding on. It has some mummies, and mummies fall victim to the Harm spell and the Fire 2 spell. So Harm 2, Fire 2, both of which are available in Elfland, so it's a good place to gain some experience. I think I did a little bit of grinding with my first playthrough with Marty, Milo, Wibbly, and Fibs, because Fibs the Black Mage had Fire 2, Marty the Red Mage had Fire 2, and Fibs the White Mage, he had Harm 2, so we were able to take out those guys. Also, we were able to do with the Peninsula of Power, but we couldn't do that with this party, so... But we'll see the enemies of the Peninsula Power shortly. So, they're pretty much a lot of the enemies around Crescent Lake. And like I said, we'll be doing sequence breaking and going there a little early. So, let's go sell some of that iron equipment. I had an iron shield. I totally forgot that I had iron shields already. So I said it was an upgrade when I got it in Corneria Castle. It really wasn't, because I already had it, but... We will upgrade shields when we get to Crescent Lake. You can actually buy shields there for our thieves. Bucklers, so we're able to deck out all our characters in full armor, so that's the only bad thing. You only get 4 armor slots for each character. You don't have like a bag of holding where you can just stick excess armor, so... But... Alright, let's save our game here, and this is where we'll pick up in our next episode. Take care, have a good one, see you then. Bye!